There's nothing like a night spent in the company of friends. There's nothing like a kiss with intent. Remember that time that we had when all of the stars they aligned. I know that it didn't work out, but it was good. So put out the fire in me. Put out the fire in me. Remember that night when you cried, and I know it sounds selfish to say, but I was so proud that you shared that with me. 'Cause there's nothing like the release when you can laugh at regrets and put out the fire in you. So put out the fire in me. 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 And put out the fire in me. Oh, put out the fire in me. Oh, put out the fire in me. And there's nothing like that moment when you forget you exist. There's a story that's never been told. There's a fire by the side of the road. There's a man who can never let go, and in his mind she has never grown old. Oh, Caroline, I wish you told me something long ago. Caroline, I wish you'd help me change my mind. Caroline, won't you save me this time? There's a lighthouse, it blinks in the east. When I wink at her, she winks back at me. There's a wind coming in from the west. Is it the answer like young Bobby says? Oh, Caroline, I wish you told me something long ago. Caroline, I wish you'd help me change my mind. Caroline, won't you save me this time? There's a light to be seen at the end, but no one has brought any proof yet. Maybe I'll look to that book they defend. It's a book that I never have read. Oh, Caroline, I wish you told me something long ago. Caroline, I wish you'd help me change my mind. Caroline, won't you save me this time? Oh, Caroline, won't you save me? Oh, won't you save me? Yeah, oh, won't you save me this time? Hi, yeah, I'm Oliver Cole, and I'm delighted to be here in Cyprus Avenue, playing some songs for you guys. Hope everybody's enjoying it. I brought out an album last year. Terrible time to bring out an album, by the way. Brought out an album in November, I think it was, and this song is called You Were the Right Turn. The album's called Father, Brother, Son. You can check it out, but this song is called You Were the Right Turn, and it was kind of the one that people at radio sort of gravitated towards for whatever reason. Let's give it a lash. Don't you cry no more, child. You had everything you needed written down so you could read it. If you understand the lines, you'll get back in. You came to me like fire, girl, burning everything around me, left me standing on scorched ground. I couldn't make it out of there until you came. You were the right turn. You were the fine lines. And I never wanted anything other than you. You don't believe now, but I know you're about to try, and it always keeps it in my mind, the moment where it all begins and where it ends. And I don't understand now, but I put all these things down to you. But I know there is more to it. How important is the timing of these things? You were the right turn. You were the fine lines in my mind. I never wanted anything other than you. Oh, don't you cry no more, child. You had everything you needed written down so you could read it. You were the right turn. You were the fine lines. And I never wanted anything other than you. Oh, don't you know you're the feeling, something I can believe in, and somewhere in my mind I know it's never perfect. Sometimes it's just worth it with you. Okay, I'm going to play another one off the new album, and this is called Line in a Book. Book. I say book wrong because I'm from Meath. Forgive me. Oh, no, look what you've done again, and I can't remember, oh, how it came to start a fight to see if we could be better. When I say not important, I mean at least not to you. Please don't push this point any further. It's only a line in a book of lies that I wrote for you. And oh, no, the situation's changed and we have coped, and like I expected. But look close, you'll see the holes in stories told by me when I was frightened. When I say it's not important, I mean at least not to you. Please don't push this point any further. It's only a line in a book of lies that I wrote for you. Oh, don't you know what's written in stone is seldom the truth. When I say it's not important, I mean at least not to you. Please don't push this point any further. It's only a line in a book of lies that I wrote for you. It's only a line in a book of lies that I wrote for you. It's only a line of lies that I wrote for you. And I'm going to play another song off the new record. This song is called Prophetic Genetic, which is quite a title. I wrote this song on a bus one morning in my phone. I just wrote the lyrics on my phone. It was about I was on a bus into Dublin to go to work or something. I don't know what I was doing. But it was stupid early, and I must have been still asleep, or at least half asleep, because I didn't read the lyrics. I looked back on them until a few months later when I was looking for something else. And then I read them as if I'd never written them. They didn't sound, I didn't know what they were even. I was like, what's this in my phone? And I think I love it for that reason. It's one of those songs that I just have no idea what it's about. But I like that it sort of bubbled up to the surface on its own and tried to say something. Waited to meet you on Saturday. Knew that you wouldn't arrive. So I tried my best to just rest a while and be with my thoughts like a child. How I hold my hands like my father does. I guess it's all part of a code that I'm a hardwired, despondent receiver of. Resistance is futile, I'm told. I feel nothing, it is how it used to be. I'm worried that I have grown old, 'cause there's a world outside I can't recognize. So I lock up my eyes and my doors. And oh, well, it wasn't part of a plan. And I took my memories and found things that blister and peel. Things that I'm not sure are real. A melody that isn't complete. And I'm supposed to sing a perfect fifth. Well, is this just part of a dream? And nobody hears it but me. The map that now covers our everything. In places it's tattered and old. And there are glimpses of what was below us. A better world, we are told. But our nature, it is how it's always been. Destroy, rebuild, and move on. 'Cause the progress that cares not to retrospect means mistakes just go on and on. And oh, well, it wasn't part of a plan. And I took my memories and I found things that blister and peel, or things that I'm not sure are real. A melody that isn't complete, and I'm supposed to sing a perfect fifth. Well, is this just somebody's dream? Or is everyone lonely like me? Waited to meet you on Saturdays, knew that you wouldn't arrive. It's actually really great to be back in this room again. I haven't been here for quite some time, but it was such an important part of my development as a human being and a musician, I guess. When I used to play in a band called Turn, I still do play in a band called Turn sometimes, but we would do our tours of Ireland, and this was our stop in Cork, and it was always just the best night, best people, best crack. The room looked very different then. It was a kind of a small little sweaty black box, and we'd just come and play super loud and tear a hole in the place, and then always sort of hang around, stay the night afterwards, and just meet some amazing people. And always had I just have super fond memories of this place and the sort of wild nights. I remember coming here once from Galway, and we'd had a pretty wild night in Galway too, and there was a friend of mine who was a nurse traveling with me, and he says to me, you need to have a rest now before this gig tonight. And I was like, I can't sleep now, I'm too wound up or whatever. And he gave me like a sleeping tablet. And I took the sleeping tablet, missed the sound check, slept through the whole, no one could wake me for the whole time. And they woke me up like about 5 minutes before I had to go on stage. And I know we played that night, and I cannot really remember much about it because I was still drugged up from my nurse's sleeping tablet. But anyway, so many fond memories. Really happy to be here, even under these strange circumstances. It was really nice to drive down to Cork this morning and walk around and meet some cool people. So in a sort of a tribute to those days, let's play a Turn song while I'm here. The song's called Imposition. A little baby face, it seems, can get you all your dreams and not what you say. I can't afford to leave this town, but if I stick around, it'll be my deathbed. I know I ought to go somewhere, and I'm not sure why, but I thought of Scotland. It makes no sense to stay at home when all your enemies are in positions better than you, and nothing you do seems right. Hanging on for somebody new. Well, is that what sounds good to you? I had a chance to make a way, so I tried not to stay too long with boredom. For reasons that I can't explain, I made my own mistakes and counted all them. I know I ought to go somewhere, and I'm not sure why, but I thought of Scotland. It makes no sense to stay at home when all your Enemies are in positions better than you, and nothing you do seems right. Hanging on for somebody new. Well, is that what sounds good to you this time? Position's better than you, and nothing you do seems right. Hanging on for somebody new. Well, is that what sounds good to you this time? Okay, thank you very much. Thanks to all the guys that you can't see who are working in this heat behind the cameras and behind the sound desk and the lights. Thanks to you guys. Thanks to Cyprus Avenue for asking me down. I'm going to finish with this song, which is just a little cute song. Where I grew up in Kells, County Meath. My dad, there was 8 children and 2 parents, and my dad was a shopkeeper. And he was always working. But occasionally, on a day like today, when it was really beautiful, he would just suddenly decide that we were all going to Bettystown. We were all going to drive across Meath to get to the beach and spend the day at the beach. So all 10 of us would pile into the car and head to Bettystown. And funnily enough, I suppose, this song starts by telling that story a little, but it ends with me doing the same with my children. So it's a kind of a things change but don't change kind of thing. And it's a little nod to the memory of my mother in here somewhere too. So anybody, this song is really for, I guess it's for anybody who's had a Irish childhood, let's call it. So grab all your things, leave on a whim. Goggles and shorts, badminton. With 10 in a car, not a seatbelt in sight. On our way to the seaside. We're squashed like sardines, all elbows and knees, waving at friends as we leave. My mom would pick songs from the tapes that she owned on our way to the seaside. There's an old humped-back bridge, we'd speed up for it, and car would take flight, pure delight. We're stopping in Slane to get our ice creams on our way to the seaside. That famous white wall that means just 2 more bends till we're there at the seaside. Some say it's over the moment we grow, but I don't know, 'cause now we're 4 in a car, all sun-creamed and safe, on our way to the seaside. For our day at the seaside. such a day for the seaside.